India has recorded its highest ever gross foreign direct investment inflow, $94.5 billion, the fastest growth in 6 years. Now, before we scroll away thinking this is another boring economic story, please let me try to simplify it. Because understanding this one number explains why factories are being built, jobs are being created, industrial parks are coming up, and why global companies are betting billions on India. And it also explains the difference between money that stays in India and the money that can disappear overnight. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal announced that India attracted a record $94.5 billion in gross FDI during fiscal year 26, growing nearly 17% year on year. At the same time, the government unveiled the 33,660 crore rupees Bhavya scheme, which aims to build 100 plug-and-play industrial parks across India. The two developments are connected. One brings the money, the other builds the infrastructure to attract even more of it. Global companies are progressively choosing India as a long-term destination. Gross FDI reached $94.5 billion. That's up nearly 17%, the fastest pace of growth in 6 years. But more importantly, India has reversed a worrying trend. For quite some time now, net FDI had been falling. In fiscal year 25, net FDI was barely around $1 billion. Fiscal year 26, it rebounded sharply to around $7.7 billion, which is of course a meaningful recovery. But when we review this closely, a pattern starts to emerge. The biggest bets are increasingly tied to manufacturing, infrastructure, finance, and technology. Google, Microsoft, Amazon, collectively planning tens of billions of dollars in data center and cloud infrastructure investments. Foxconn, expanding manufacturing. Japanese financial giants making multi-billion-dollar investments. Mitsubishi UFJ investing in Shriram Finance. Sumitomo Mitsui investing in Yes Bank. But before we actually start to celebrate ecstatically, there is an important nuance. Gross FDI and net FDI are two different things. Think of gross FDI as money entering in India. Think of net FDI as money entering minus money leaving. Some foreign investors are selling stakes. Some are repatriating profits. Some, of course, are also exiting investments. So last year, repatriation and disinvestment crossed $53 billion. That's why economists pay attention to both numbers. The good news? Well, here it is. Even after accounting for outflows, India's direct investment story has improved significantly this year. Many economists argue India is still missing one crucial ingredient: large-scale AI investments. So, well, when we see where the global capital is flowing today, it's flowing toward AI data centers, GPU clusters, semiconductor facilities, advanced manufacturing. Countries that dominate these sectors are attracting massive investment. Taiwan has TSMC. The United States has NVIDIA, OpenAI, and hyperscale infrastructure. India is beginning to see movement with data centers and AI infrastructure, but the scale is, well, still developing, which means the next wave of FDI could be even larger if India successfully captures AI manufacturing and infrastructure opportunities. And I guess this is where the government's new scheme comes in. Bhavya, Bharat Udyogik Vikas Yojana, 33,660 crore rupees across 100 industrial parks, meaning companies don't spend years waiting for roads, power, permits, and utilities. Infrastructure is ready from day one, which is a big fillip. Factories can start operating faster, investments can start accelerating, jobs can actually start getting created a lot faster. This addresses one of India's biggest historical challenges: execution speed. And of course, now talking about speed, of course, Andhra Pradesh currently leads major states in fiscal year 26 proposed investments, about 25.3%, followed by Odisha and Maharashtra at 13.1% and 12.8% respectively. Sadly, Karnataka is at its lowest, which stands at 2.1%. Anyway, having said that, here is the front page take. India has attracted a record $94.5 billion in foreign direct investment. The government is now backing that momentum with 100 new industrial parks through the Bhavya scheme. One brings capital, the other builds the capacity. Now, together, they can create the foundation for manufacturing, jobs, exports, and long-term economic growth. And while stock markets often grab the headlines, it's usually FDI that very silently starts to shape the next decade. What are your thoughts? Well, in the comments below, please do let us know. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Front Page by the AIM Network. Like, share, subscribe, and always remember, think AI, think AIM.